Welcome to The Explainer. I want you to think for just a second about the absolute most expensive asset in the modern business world, right? It's not commercial real estate, it's not raw materials, or global shipping logistics, or even server space. No, it is human attention. Over the last 5 years alone, customer acquisition costs have just surged across pretty much every major industry. The sheer cost to get a potential customer to stop doom scrolling, look at a product, and actually care, it's skyrocketing. But right now, we're sitting right on the edge of a massive fundamental shift in how businesses handle this incredibly precious commodity. So today, we're exploring a platform called Adstorm AI, and we'll be examining a very specific source that claims this technology is literally rewriting the rules of automated advertising. We're going to break down exactly what this means for the future of digital marketing, business process automation, and potentially your own day-to-day workflows.
Okay, let's dive into this because honestly, the stakes here are incredibly high. For decades, building an advertising campaign was this arduous, multi-step beast of a process. It required entire teams of specialized humans working around the clock. But our source material poses a really fascinating question. What if an AI could build that entire campaign in mere minutes? We are looking at a reality right now where ordinary people are launching highly efficient AI-powered marketing agencies. And we aren't just talking about tech wizards in Silicon Valley either. We're talking about someone sitting at their kitchen table on a random Tuesday with nothing but a laptop and an internet connection. They aren't pulling this off by working 100-hour weeks. They're doing it by strictly leveraging business process automation. They are taking a grueling process that used to take weeks and condensing the whole shebang into minutes.
To really grasp why this tool is gaining such immense traction, we've got to look at the broader macroeconomic picture. As we move closer to 2026, the phrase "attention is money" has literally never been more true. Every single business on earth, from your local neighborhood coffee shop all the way up to massive e-commerce conglomerates, they are all desperately fighting in the exact same digital arenas: Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Google. Because the algorithms are incredibly crowded, the ability to create compelling ads is arguably the #1 skill companies are willing to pay top dollar for today. Think about it. If a business cannot generate leads that actually transform into sales, they simply die. It's a brutal digital ecosystem out there. So if the algorithm is really that crowded, how do you stand out without going completely bankrupt? Well, that brings us to the really painful bottleneck of the traditional marketing model. The old way? It involves hiring expensive graphic designers, bringing on specialized copywriters, scheduling endless agonizing Zoom meetings, and enduring these awful editing loops. Businesses just bleed their marketing budgets waiting days or sometimes weeks just to launch a single solitary test campaign. And by the time the ad is live, the trend might have already completely passed. Now contrast that with the Adstorm AI model. Instant generation, zero bloated teams. It's a direct shift from manual, agonizing labor to sleek, software-driven process automation. It is strictly about removing the friction between having a great product and getting that product in front of a buying audience as quickly and as cheaply as humanly possible. And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer scale of what we're talking about here. Hundreds of billions of dollars. That is the current estimated worth of the global ad agency market. Historically, this massive pie was totally gatekept by large, established firms. They held the keys because, well, they could afford the fancy high-rise offices, the massive overhead, and the giant payrolls required to run full campaigns. But the introduction of tools like Adstorm AI is totally democratizing this space. It's opening up a backdoor for solo beginners and lean operators to walk right in and claim a piece of that multi-billion-dollar market. And they aren't doing it by being infinitely better artists, they are doing it by being infinitely faster, heavily automated, and vastly more cost-effective for their clients. Section 2. Enter Adstorm AI, the process automator. Now let's be super clear about what we actually mean by a process automator before we look at the workflow. Based on our source material, this is absolutely not some magical button that prints money. Right? It is a platform engineered from the ground up to generate ready-to-publish advertisements across a multitude of platforms. It takes the heavy lifting, the formatting, the resizing, the drafting, and delegates all of that to a machine learning model, which allows the human operator to focus purely on strategy. And the ease of use highlighted here is genuinely striking. Step 1. You simply enter the URL of the product or business you're promoting. The AI scans the site to understand the context. Step 2. You select your target platform. Step 3, you hit generate. That's it. It effectively replaces that painful 3-week brainstorming meeting that, let's be honest, really could have just been an email. So what does that generation actually look like?
Well, in a matter of minutes, the system outputs this massive array of assets. We're talking highly optimized ad copy, punchy headlines, custom images, full video ads, interactive carousels, and even user-generated content-style creatives. And crucially, it provides multiple psychological angles for the exact same product. For example, one ad variant might specifically target a buyer looking to save money, while another variant, generated at the exact same time, targets a buyer looking for premium luxury. In the traditional agency world, getting this much variety would require a small army of expensive freelancers and thousands of dollars. Here, the AI is instantly handling the heavy lifting, completely eliminating those massive overhead costs.
But you know what? The automation doesn't stop at just creation. It natively optimizes for the destination too. The platform supports Facebook, Google, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, Reddit, X, and Quora. Anyone who's ever run digital ads knows for a fact that a fast-paced, trendy video that works on TikTok will probably fail miserably on Google Display or LinkedIn. They're just completely different ecosystems. Instead of spending hours meticulously resizing images, re-rendering videos, and tweaking character counts for all these different platforms, the AI instantly provides tailored campaigns formatted perfectly for wherever your specific audience happens to be hanging out. Section 3. The Service Business Opportunity. Building an AI agency. See, most people look at a tool like Adstorm AI and they just see, neat productivity software. They see a way to save a few hours on a Tuesday. But smart entrepreneurs and strategic thinkers, they look at this exact same tool and see the foundation of a high-margin service business. They see an opportunity to arbitrage the extreme speed of AI against the massive ongoing needs of the traditional business world. Just think about the clients out there who desperately need what this produces. Let's take a local independent restaurant owner. They know exactly how to cook incredible food and provide a great dining experience, but they probably don't have a clue how to run a TikTok ad campaign to fill their tables on a slow Tuesday night. That profound gap in the market is exactly where a solo operator using Adstorm AI can step in and provide immense, measurable value. Let's ground this in reality for a second and strip away any of those overhyped internet marketing promises. Let's look at the financials honestly. Let's take the number $300. In the world of commercial advertising, charging a local business or an online store $300 for a fresh, comprehensive batch of tailored ad creatives for the month is an incredibly realistic, arguably low entry-level fee. We are not talking about promising anyone millions of dollars overnight or selling snake oil here. We're framing a highly grounded, tangible workflow when you provide a digital asset that businesses fundamentally require to survive, and you charge a reasonable, fair fee for the immense time and stress you are saving them.
Now, what's really interesting here is how the math scales when you completely remove human bottlenecks from the equation. If you secure just 5 clients at that $300 rate, you're generating $1,500 a month as a solo freelancer working very part-time. But if you scale up to 20 clients, you are suddenly running a streamlined AI-powered workflow that generates true agency-level revenue. And because the AI is handling the heavy lifting of the actual asset creation, your overhead remains incredibly low. You aren't paying 20 different designers for those 20 clients. You are leveraging process automation to create sustainable, healthy profit margins without having to overclaim or promise guaranteed wealth. It's just solid, scalable business mechanics.
Section 4. The Unfair Advantage. Speed wins. Listen, if you take away anything from this explainer today, let it be the core philosophy of modern digital marketing. In advertising, the one who tests the fastest wins. Period. It is no longer about who has the single most beautiful artistic advertisement. It's about who can iterate, adapt, and respond to the market data quicker than their competition. The traditional way relies on what the source calls blank page mode. We've all been there, right? Staring at that blinking cursor on a blank white screen, trying to force creativity on a tight deadline. It's exhausting, and it inevitably leads to massive creative burnout. Adstorm AI completely bypasses the blank page. It gives you instant variations and fully testable campaigns from second one. You are starting with immediate momentum to push out into the marketplace. This quote from the source material just hits the nail exactly on the head. The more creatives you launch, the higher your chance of finding a winning ad. Marketing today is largely a statistical game. You are effectively buying data from the platforms. You don't know exactly what image, what video hook, or what specific headline is going to make a customer click and buy. Therefore, Adstorm's true underlying power isn't just making pretty pictures, it's quickly producing the high volume of variations necessary to aggressively test the market. The cheaper and faster you can produce the ad creatives, the cheaper your data acquisition becomes. It allows you to sift through the data rapidly so you can strike gold and find the specific ad that actually transforms those raw clicks into hard sales.
Section 5. The AI Reality Check. Managing Expectations. Okay, we need to drop the intensity for a moment and have a very serious, grounded conversation. With all new technologies, there's this tendency for the market to get caught up in pure hype. We need to look at what the source material actually says about the real limitations in this space. So the crucial point is right here. AI won't magically fix a bad product. Adstorm AI is a phenomenal automation tool, but it is not a magic wand. No tool on the internet guarantees instant riches. If the core offer of a business is terrible, or the product is fundamentally flawed, generating 1,000 AI ads will just help you fail faster. We must separate the automation of the marketing process from the basic viability of the business itself.
Let's make it absolutely clear what is actually required for success with this workflow. You need effort. You need to develop basic marketing skills, meaning you still need to understand who your target demographic is, what makes them tick, and what their specific pain points are. And most importantly, you need a relentless willingness to test the data, analyze the results, and improve your campaigns. Adstorm AI is not a passive lottery ticket that you set up once and forget about while you go sip pina coladas on a beach somewhere. It's an amplifier. It takes the strategic effort you put in and multiplies the output. But you still have to be the intelligent operator steering the ship.
Ultimately, we have to reiterate that the true, grounded value proposition of this technology is pure, unadulterated efficiency. It massively reduces the time required from ideation to launch, it slashes the monetary cost of asset production, and it drastically simplifies the sheer complexity of producing high-converting ad creatives across multiple platforms. It's strictly about streamlining your business processes and deeply cutting your overhead costs so that you or your clients can focus on the things that actually matter, fulfilling orders, improving customer service, and closing sales, rather than stressing over font sizes on a Facebook banner at 2 a.m.
Section 6. Why the timing matters. The adoption phase. So we've established what the tool does and how it fundamentally automates the workflow. But in business, having the right tool is only half the equation, right? The other half is being in the right place at the right time. We are currently experiencing a profound technological shift. The source material suggests that AI-powered ad creation may become one of the biggest online business trends of this entire decade. Think back to when social media marketing first exploded years ago. The people who learned how to run Facebook ads in 2012 built massive, sustainable businesses because they were early. The rest of the market spent years just trying to catch up. AI advertising is currently in that exact same, highly lucrative, early adoption phase. The mainstream is aware of it, sure, but they haven't practically integrated it into their daily workflows yet.
And that brings us to a deeply personal question. While most people watch from the sidelines, which side will you be on? Because this isn't just about software. This is a critical career crossroads. Every single time a major disruptive technology enters the market, it divides people into two distinct camps: those who wait around to see what happens, and those who take the tools, automate their processes, and carve out a massive new competitive advantage. The businesses that hesitate will eventually be forced to adopt this technology just to survive. But the individuals who master it right now at the beginning of the curve, they are the ones who will truly profit from the transition.
Let's see how this all builds up. Ultimately, speed is your absolute advantage. In the digital economy, early adopters win the biggest. By the time every single local business owner knows how to seamlessly generate their own AI campaigns from their smartphone, the arbitrage opportunity for an independent service business will inevitably shrink. The necessity to take fast action, to learn the automation workflows, and to start generating high-quality leads that actually transform into sales is critical right now. You need to establish your foothold before the market reaches full saturation and the old ways of doing things are entirely obsolete. Which means it is time to act. If you want to stop doing things the slow, expensive, traditional way, and you want to see exactly how this automated workflow can help you genuinely save time, massively cut costs, and generate way more leads that actually turn into sales, you need to see this platform in action. Click the link immediately below this explainer right now to explore Adstorm AI. Dive into the tool, look at the automation capabilities for yourself, and decide if bringing this massive speed advantage into your business makes sense for you. Do not wait on the sidelines. Click the link below right now. After all, if your competitors are actively automating their workflows today, where does that leave you tomorrow? I'll see you next time.